Mr. Macias, I'm going to find that you are a complete and utter danger to my society. And there's only one thing that we do. Guess what happens now? Mr. Macias.
Yes, Your Honor.
You are on bond for an assault of a family member from April, and now you've picked up 2 more assaults of a family member. You're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Your Honor.
One of the complainants and the defendant are married. On November 2nd of 2024, officers were dispatched to an assault at a residential home in Harris County, Texas. Officers met with the complainant, who stated that she and the defendant have been common law spouses for 9 years, and that complainant and defendant were at complainant's father's house having a party. The complainant went to move their car so a guest could leave. The defendant became agitated and left. The complainant caught up with him and he was laying down on the ground. The defendant grabbed the complainant's hair and struck her with an open palm to the face. The defendant stated, "There's no mark, so there's no proof I hit you." The complainant stated she felt pain. Complainant 2 is the brother of complainant 1 and is 16 years old. Complainant 2 stated he saw the defendant cause the scene because of the vehicle being moved and observed the defendant cursing and screaming at complainant 1. Complainant 2 heard screaming and went back outside. The complainant 2 saw his dad holding the defendant by the wrist while on the ground. The defendant's parent.
Oh, so the son sees him holding the wife down. Is that what you're saying?
No, Judge, I'm saying that, so the brother, complainant 1's brother, saw his,
Complainant 1 being the wife.
yes, complainant 1 is wife, Judge.
Brother.
So complainant 2 saw his dad holding the defendant by the wrist while on the ground. Defendant's parents are called and the defendant was let go. The defendant began to yell and scream at complainant 2 again and then lunged at complainant 2's dad. Complainant 2 got in between them and the defendant struck complainant 2 with a closed fist to the side of his cheek. Complainant 2 struck the defendant once back. Officer stated a reasonable person would feel pain after being struck in the face, so he struck complainant 1 with an open palm and complainant 2.
Now, the complainant in the first assault, who is that?
Judge, it's Christian Martinez. So there are 2 complainants in the other assault.
This is my wife, Your Honor, Stephanie Martinez.
Do we need your help? You're in enough hot water as it is, Mr. Macias.
I understand, sir.
So it was the wife, Judge. So there are 2.
So she gets another round, right? The
Yes.
new case is against the same complaining witness.
And there are 3 open AFMs now in total.
What is the one thing I asked you not to do?
I understand, Your Honor.
Was there no protective order at the time?
Was there was a protective order, Judge.
Do we know if alcohol was an issue here as well?
This is a DVD case, so that's why we're looking it up, Judge. They said that they were having a celebration at the dad's house, so I would imagine, but I can't.
This was initially sent to the ERD, so I want to keep it again. We're going to keep it. Okay. Mr. Macias, I'm going to find that you are a complete and utter danger to my society. And there's only one thing that we do. Guess what happens now? I'm entering now magistrate orders for protection on both of those people. And I'm ordering you not to have any contact with either of these people. You violate these conditions, I will have a hearing as to whether I'm going to hold you at no bond.
Yes, Your
Do
Honor.
you understand?
I understand, sir.
I'm also now going to put a GPS monitor on you so I know where you are at all times. And I'm ordering you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs.
Understood, sir.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
Any more issues, I'm going to make your bond so high you'll have teeth falling out.
Yes, Your Honor.
Goes with you.
May I make one statement before?
No,
Steven, sign.
no, don't worry about it.
Okay, perfect.
Diego Cuellar. You speak English, sir? Mr. Cuellar, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have, if you cannot afford an attorney, we will provide one for you. Are you high right now?
No.
On October 21st of 2024, at about 11:23
You smell
p.m.,
anything on it?
officers conducted a traffic stop on the defendant's motor vehicle after observing it to be traveling 35 miles per hour in the center lane of a freeway in Harris County, Texas, failed to maintain a single lane of traffic upon exiting the freeway and driving with an expired registration. Upon contact, officers observed the defendant to be the driver of the vehicle. Officers observed a very strong odor of marijuana to be coming from the vehicle and saw a partially smoked marijuana joint on the center console. Officers observed the defendant to have red, glossy eyes and dilated pupils. SFSTs were conducted, 0 out of 6 HGN, but officer believed the defendant showed a lack of convergence, which is indicative of cannabis usage. 5 out of 8 walk and turn and 2 out of 4 one-leg stand. DICs were red and the defendant consented to breath and blood. The breath was 0.00 and the blood was drawn, Judge. He does not have a driver's license and he does have a previous history.
What?
It's juvenile, Judge.
Any DWIs, anything like that?
No DWIs.
Cuellar, how old are you, sir?
17.
For a living?
Nothing right now.
High school?
I just moved out here
From where?
from Port Lavaca. Port Lavaca.
So who are you living with here now?
Dad,
Okay, is your dad here now?
yeah, he outside.
Go get him. Good morning. Are you familiar with what happened? Do you know anything about this case? First off, let me say, thank you for coming. I appreciate that you're here. He's charged with driving while intoxicated. He's facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We've done probable cause. I have found that probable cause exists. Do you want to hear it? Okay. Do you mind again, please?
Yes, Judge.
Thanks.
On October 21st of 2024, at about 11:23 p.m., officers conducted a traffic stop on the defendant's motor vehicle after observing it to be traveling 35 miles per hour in the center lane of a freeway in Harris County, Texas, failed to maintain a single lane of traffic upon exiting the freeway and driving with expired registration. Upon contact, officers observed the defendant to be the driver of the vehicle. Officers observed a very strong odor of marijuana to be coming from the vehicle and saw a partially smoked marijuana joint on the center console. Officers observed the defendant to have red, glossy eyes and dilated pupils. SFSTs were conducted, 0 out of 6 HGN, but officer believed the defendant to show a lack of convergence, which is indicative of cannabis usage. 5 out of 8 walk and turn and 2 out of 4 one-leg stand. DICs were red and the defendant consented to breath and blood. The breath was 0.00 and blood was drawn. The defendant does not have a driver's license.
That's what's happened. No more marijuana. I'm sending you now for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system. You're to come right back. If you fail to go take the test, if you fail to come back, I will revoke your bond. You do not have a Texas driver license. You are not allowed to drive. I am also making that a condition of your bond. Do you understand?
Sir.
You are 17 years old. You have your life ahead of you. You are doing nothing at this point when you should be at a minimum in high school trying to get your degree. I am now also making that a condition of your bond. You are to get back into high school or get your GED. And I'm going to bring you back in 2 weeks and I want to see what you have done to start that. If you've done nothing, it's not going to go well. Do you understand, Mr. Cuellar?
Yes, sir.
He lives with you.
Or he actually doesn't. He actually lives with me now, but he just got here like 2 weeks, like maybe a couple weeks ago. So he's been living with his grandparents out of Victoria.
Okay.
He's not even from there.
Is he behaving with you? Okay.
The whole point has been kind of like like a problem with him living down there. So that's why I got him and try to get him down.
Has he been having a lot of issues down there?
Not that I know of. I don't know of the issues down there. I'm just becoming aware. You know what I'm saying? We just kind of like connected and trying to make everything right now.
This is not a good way to start through your life. You look high as hell right now, Mr. Cuellar. I mean, I want you to start working on your education and I'm going to keep you extremely close to me. I'm going to make sure that you do not pick up any new cases and the system is not going to fail you here. Do you understand? If I have to keep putting you in jail to make sure to get you to understand, we're going to do that. But you will leave here a success. You're not going to leave here worse off than you came. Do you understand? Okay. Would you like me to appoint him a lawyer? Okay, I'm gonna appoint him a lawyer, but I'm gonna send him for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, he's gonna test positive for. And we'll have him come right back and then I'll momentarily have him talk to a lawyer as well. And then we'll discuss the bond conditions as well. If you have any issues with him, just let me know and then I'll take care of it for you. All you got to tell me is what's going on. He starts acting a fool, tell me and I'll straighten everything out for you. Okay? Before you leave, I'll give you my card as well so that you can get in contact with us. All right? Okay. All right. Take a seat for me, sir.
And Judge, that's us. You want us to file that? No drug?
No. Don't worry, because we're monitoring him like crazy. You are Taylor Brooker? Or Booker, sorry. Ms. Booker, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Officers were dispatched to a residence in Harris County, Texas in response to an assault. The complainant, defendant's sister, told officers that she and the defendant got into an argument. The complainant was sitting on the couch when the defendant came and stood over her and tried to take complainant's phone out of her hand. The complainant pushed defendant away and the defendant began striking the complainant. The complainant told officers that defendant was holding complainant by the hair and bit her on the ear, breaking the skin and causing pain. Judge, this defendant has also had a prior AFMs, impeding breath, with the same complainant. We've spoken to the complainant and she wants no contact.
Ms. Booker, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now not to have any contact with this person whatsoever. Do you understand?
Sure.
I'm also ordering you as a condition of your bond not to be in possession of weapons as well. If I find that you're in possession of your weapons, you try to have contact with this person in whatever means. I don't care. No contact means no Snapchat, Facebook, social media. Do you understand?
Sure.
I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, likewise, I will put you in jail. How old are you, ma'am? You're 21. What do you do with yourself now?
I take care of my grandparents. I do healthcare.
You get paid for that?
Yes, sir.
How much money do you make a month?
1K a month. 1K a month.
Did you graduate from high school?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to work on that right now. I am making that a condition of your bond. You cannot go through life at the minimum without a high school education. I'm going to bring you back. I'll give you a lawyer. Are you really rolling your eyes at me?
I can't hear you. That's
I want you to work on getting your GED.
fine.
I'm making that a condition of your bond.
I heard that part. I just didn't hear anything else, sir.
I'm sending you for a drug and alcohol test right now. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system. If you fail to take the test, if you fail to come back, I'm going to revoke your bond.
I'm
You
sorry.
understand? I'm sending you for a drug and alcohol test right now. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system. If you fail to take the drug test, if you fail to come back, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. Do you understand? When you come back, we will talk about your lawyer situation, about working on your, getting your GED as well. Just take a seat for me, man.
Send a contact.
I know.
Judge, you just really don't want to do something.
Okay, not a problem, but she can't go. There's a lot that we need to talk about still. You want to do it now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Felicia,
Yes, sir.
what'd she test positive for?
I have,
Anything else?
no, just two.
No more. You will be tested 40 days from today. If you test positive again, I'm going to put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Sir.
Well, Josh, what's your last name again? That's right.
I'm sorry.
40 days from today, maybe 42, maybe 45, I will test you again for marijuana. If you test positive again, or if you consume alcohol, your bond will be revoked. You will go into custody. I'm also entering in what's called a magistrate's order for emergency protection. And what this is this is a court order that identifies Caleb Precious Booker as a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person. Commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon or go within 200 feet of 225 South 13th, apartment 18. Do you understand? You cannot go within 200 feet of where she lives or where she works. If you violate this court order, the state will file additional charges against you, and then things will go sideways really quick. Do you understand?
Sure.
No contact whatsoever by any means.
Sure.
Okay, so what we'll do is we will reset the case for about 42 days, 43 days, 45 perhaps. And then she must be here at the next setting. And then just if you don't mind letting them know, we've issued the order for protection. So if somehow Ms. Booker reaches out to the person, then warrant issues. We've given you a lawyer. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with Josh, and he will tell you when you have to come back to court. If Josh tells me that he can't get a hold of you, I will issue a warrant for your arrest.
Sure.
Do you see how many people we've put into jail today?
Sure.
Do you know why?
Yes, I was listening.
Good. All we want are streets to be safe.
I
And as
understand.
long as you can do that, then you and I will be best friends. Otherwise, you got it. Okay. Good luck, Ms. Booker. Thanks, Josh.
And we keep it working like Oouchie the boss. We tryna catch up like we hit us a fault. We gotta win, ain't taking no loss. 'Cause we in the